million. I'd earned $1 million a year a long time ago. And I know a lot of people that have earned $1 million, and most of them are not overly bright, you know. And there's some of them who are absolutely brilliant, but they're not all that bright. And where I may be fairly bright today, but relative to where I was, man, I'm telling you, I was one of the stupidest guys in town, but I was earning all this money. So it has nothing to do with being bright or anything like that. It's a decision. And so I'm on the plane, and I'm thinking, what do these people do? And I started to think about the people that earn $1 million. What do they do that is so different? Well, first of all, they just decide they're going to do it. And then they step out and do it. And they come from all different walks of life. But all the ones that I knew that did it are all locked into this. Michael and I were talking about people being seminar junkies. And I said, you know, I've been a seminar junkie for 40-some years. And I wouldn't want to be any other way. I feel sorry for the people that are not. Because, you see, that is a very crude way of saying that a person's really into the development of themselves. Well, I took a look at the people that earn the money, and I thought every one of them, without exception, are really locked into studying. They never stop studying. They have just magnificent libraries of CDs and now DVDs and cassettes. I've got it right back to the records and the old record players. I've got them all. I've kept them all. The record player they used to drive around with in Vic Conant's office in Chicago, I took it down and gave it to him one day. But, you know, I thought, we should teach people to earn $1 million. And so when I got off the plane, now this is way back 1990, I got off the plane and I got on the phone. And I phoned Mark Victor Hansen, and then I phoned Val Vanderwall, who's gone now. And, I mean, it was the middle of the night here, but I wasn't thinking of that. The clock had turned around. And I got them out of bed, but I got excited, and I was telling them what I was going to do. And they said, geez, it's a great idea. So there was a bunch of us. There was Jack Canfield and Mark Victor and Vanderwall and Lee Poulos. And there was a group of us, and we put together a program, and we taught it in Hawaii. And we were teaching people to earn more money. Now, we knew how to earn it, and we were teaching the other people how to earn it. And one of the things we were teaching them is you got to lock into study. You got to study every day. We eat every day. We wash ourselves every day. We get dressed every day. There's certain things we do every day that's religious. You've got to study every day. You've got to allocate a part of your income and a part of your time to your own development. And that was part of the lesson. And they all knew that we did. I mean, take that Think and Grow Rich book. I mean, I read that every day. So at any rate, we started, and Jack and Mark come up with an idea, and they said, Proctor, we're going to do a book. And we had brainstorming sessions going, and they said, you got lots of stories, give us some stories. And he said, we're going to write a book. And there was a gal there, Cindy Spitzer. I remember, I don't know if she ever got credit for this, but she was from over on the East Coast, around Philadelphia somewhere, and she said, you should call that Chicken Soup for the Soul. And so they're going to write 101 stories, and then we're going to package it and sell it. And I say, that's a pretty cool idea. And Mark says, we're going to sell 50 million of them before the turn of the century. And I'm thinking, well, you know, I'm a pretty good thinker, but that seems like a little far out to me. I mean, if you sell $1 million, you're doing pretty good, but 50 million, and you're going to do it before the turn of the century? Well, they didn't sell 50 million, they sold 74 million. And it was considered the publishing phenomena of the decade. Now, get this, they didn't write anything. They never wrote any books, none. They had other people writing the stories, sending them in. They had somebody else collating, somebody else editing, somebody else publishing, somebody else selling, and they got the money. You know why? It was their idea. Now, this came about, it's called intellectual property, and it came about because they studied and they expanded their mind. And that's what you're doing here. Now, we said that most people are extras in their own movie. You're no different than Mark or Jack or Bob or Lee or anybody else. You're exactly the same as them. And what you want to do is make up your mind when you go home. You're going to lock in and you're going to get your chicken soup concept. The DVDs on this are what you need. You've got to get on, order them, and start watching them. Lock yourself in. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Just take a section of it. But take 15 minutes every morning, or do it like you exercise your body. People go out walking. They do it at the same time, same number of times every day. Well, get into this. The beautiful part about this is it's all being recorded. You know that 66% of what I've said you'll have forgotten by tomorrow morning? 90 to 100% of it will be gone within a month. But if you keep repetition, if you keep programming it into your mind, you're going to find that you'll start to do it. That's what the actors do. I know a number of actors, pretty big names. And you know something? They're ordinary folks just like you and me. But they become great actors because they program the script into their mind until they become the script. And that's what you want to do. Some of this information, it's worth millions. I don't know if you realize just how valuable it is. I have been studying it for 43 years with some of the most brilliant people in the world. You got the whole thing locked on a little disc that you can watch and listen, and you go over and over and over, but always doing it thinking towards a goal. Phenomenal information. Don't for a second walk out of here without making a big decision that you're going to do something with it. I want to congratulate Michael on the work he's been doing. He's been doing it for a long time, and he does a good job. And I don't know anybody else anywhere in the world that's doing this. And now, of course, he's even topped what he's doing by putting it all on DVD. Lock in, build yourself a library of these things, and then take time every now and then. Sometimes you take a couple of days and just do nothing but totally saturate your mind with it, and you're going to find it'll pay huge dividends for you. The people that I was working with that were in the millions, they're just ordinary people like you and me. But the difference is they get the idea and they apply it. They apply it. They apply it. And it's in application. It's not just studying. It's in application. Thank you very much. Thank you.